Hello, my friends. Hope you all are doing good and staying safe. Yes, it's another Sunday morning. Beautiful Sunday morning, 5:43 a.m. So we are here filling up the fuel, and I have, although the fuel gauge shows full, it's not a full tank. I know about it. So full tank capacity on this bike is about 21 liters, and I have filled about close to 10 liters before the bike hit reserve. So I should have a comfortable tank range of 300 kilometers at least with the way I ride. Alright, so the news is one of my fellow riders from the Versus group was planning a ride today. So they were apparently planning to ride to Kolli Hills, which is further from Salem, and they wanted to do a 600 kilometer ride today. And they are starting at this point from Electronic City. They must have started from there by about 5:30. I told them I might get to meet them at Attibili toll gate, which is a little further. So I might get to meet a couple of Versus riders at Attibili toll gate today. And am I riding to Kolli Hills? No, I would love to, but not able to because I have some commitments in the morning. I need to come back early. So they are planning to do about 600 kilometer ride all put together, and get back in the afternoon. As per the forecast, I believe again, I don't have a wood to touch upon, so I believe there's no rain till 2 p.m. afternoon. So I don't know about it, but it's a very pleasant morning. That's what it is. And hey, I forgot something. I think this is a good time to turn on the mighty alphas, the aux lamps, right? So let me quickly go over and pull over the filters from the aux lamp and turn it on. So if I'm not going to use it here, where am I going to use it, right? So all right, so let me put it to neutral so that my bike will be on. Don't have a, I think I need to pull over a bit, otherwise it's not going to be safe. Okay, let me try here. Okay, let me do that real quick before my headlamps or the battery gives away. So just took off the covers. So these are the filters. I am going to safely put them in my bag. Oh, there it goes. So that's done, and the alphas are ready to rock. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll see the alpha magic in a while from now. Let me get off on the road. Okay, where's my mad dog? Here it goes. There it is. So typically, my friends, when you have a good pair of lights, you certainly feel more confident on the road versus not having one, right? So from that point of view, these 40 plus 40 watts are truly amazing. truly amazing. And importantly, at the cost, right? They cost about the entire set, including the wiring harness and the switch, blah blah blah, everything put together costed round about 12,000 change. So it's an amazing deal, right? The competition is with lights like Squadron Pro and Gold Runway, etc. But I will say that this is very close to the competition, right? Maybe 80 or 90% at least, 90% at least, if not more. So yeah, and it's made in India, so we get to support our country and our industries, so that's a good thing to do. So yeah, all right, so what am I carrying in this bag, right? So my friends, in this bag I've not made a checklist at this point, but I started carrying, or rather I kept a towel which I might need. I kept a bottle of a drink. We'll talk about the drink in a while. So actually, coming to this point, overall, from a health point of view and the fitness levels point of view, I started feeling that I could be a bit more fitter, a bit more healthier, right? So that thought came in, and then I have a very odd work schedule at this point, which really does not help me to hit up a gym, or rather find time to do exercise in the morning, which I would love to, because my mornings are your evenings. So it's totally opposite, and unfortunately that's the situation at this point. So not able to do that, so I thought I should start somewhere. And a very good friend of mine, he is part of a group called Reshape Nation. He's a coach over there, and trust me, this is not a marketing gimmick where I'm trying to sell you guys something, but I am telling you my story, what I started, and some outcomes there. So I spoke to him, and then he did a diagnosis, or rather assessment, I would say, not a diagnosis, assessment of my overall habits, food habits, etc., and proposed me a diet plan. So that is something which is going on at this point in time. So this particular diet plan has a lot of restrictions, but I believe it would be easy for anybody to get used to something in about 20 days time, as the saying goes, right? So in about 20 days, I started this about 40 days ago, and 20 days, trust me, it was quite difficult, because I was used to binging, I was used to having some junk food, I was used to having sweets, I was used to having excessive non-vegetarian fried foods, etc., very unhealthy habits. So all those, right? So 20 days was like a revelation. It took me some time to get used to this diet, which consists of primarily a lot of vegetables and proteins like eggs and paneer, etc. So it's primarily that, and greens, a lot of greens like sprouts and all that stuff. So along with that, there are supplements, vitamins, and protein shakes, of course, all plant proteins. no milk protein, only plant proteins. So I started that 40 days ago, and I used to weigh about 86 kilos 40 days ago, right? So 86 kilos 40 days ago, started this plan, and and right now I am 78 kilos. So I dropped about close to 8 kilos of weight in 40 days. So that's the outcome. And for my height, which is 5'8", my ideal weight I need to get to is 67, 68. So I have another journey of 10 more kilos to go, and I'm going to get at it certainly, and come out much healthier. So that's the plan. So hence I'm carrying the supplements and the protein shake in this bag to have it when I stop for breakfast. But you might ask me, hey, you love idli, vada and dosa and all that stuff, how are you managing? So so yes, like everybody, I have my cheat days. So I do definitely indulge in a bite or two when I feel like. So that's the thing. So it's not that I am going to be totally watch people have idli vada, enjoy, and I keep having sprouts or the protein shake. No, I am going to have in moderation and in a conscious manner, so that whatever effort I've put so far in 40 days is not ruined, and I certainly don't want it to be ruined. So that's the story about what's in the bag and what I'm doing. So I still see the moon there. It's an amazing view, and this is a small lake what is there here, and unfortunately filled with weeds, up just like any other lakes in Bangalore, and they end up getting dry. Just trying to pass through the Attibili toll gate. So hopefully I get to meet the Versus friends here, just in case they've arrived. Not pretty sure on the timeline though. So they said they're starting at 5:30 from Electronic City and getting here by around 5:45 or 6. It's precisely 6:05 at this point. So just waiting to see if they are around here. So probably I'll just give in say about 10-15 minutes or 20 minutes more, and meanwhile a small lineup of KTM 390 Duke riders over here. So yeah, all of them are KTM and all of them are 390 and ADV. Nice. I need to be a bit watchful about the tank bag, because tank bag is magnetic, and somebody can just lift it and go away, right? So you get to see a lot of modifications on the bikes, right? Very different modifications. One of them has a different exhaust, one of them has a pannier box, one of them, yeah, it's good. Getting past the checkpost here, entering Tamil Nadu. So my friends, it's a wonderful morning, misty morning, with all the trees covered in mist and fog. So I hope I'm clear and audible, and welcome to this brand new vlog for this particular weekend. So yes, unlike the last week I was out on my Interceptor 650. Today I am out on the Versys 650. So you might have a lot of questions, right, in terms of what does a Versys 650 really feel like to an owner who also owns Interceptor 650, right? So my friends, it's probably a very popular question, or very valid question, I would say, since both these bikes sit in the 650cc category, right? Both of them sit in the 650cc category, and they are priced way apart, right? Way apart, where Versys is almost 3 times expensive, if not at least 2.5 times expensive, right? So from that point of view, yes, there is a comparison, but in any other parameter, any other context, there is no comparison between both these bikes. Both these bikes are very different, way different in terms of what they offer to you and what you get for your money, right? Way different. So Versys is a outright ADV tourer, right? It's an adventure tourer where you can get onto the saddle and ride thousands of kilometers in a go. Literally you can. So once you get onto the saddle, you can easily ride in a day. You can do about 800,000 kilometers. That's the kind of kilometers people have done on a Versys, and it is meant to do that, and that's where its forte lies, right? And in terms of, and you're able to do that because of the kind of ergonomics the bike offers and the kind of comfort the bike offers, right? So relaxed position, top class suspensions, right? Both front and back, adjustable, fully adjustable to the rider's requirement. Seat is too good. It's known as a sofa in the international Versys community. So from that point of view, it's an outright tourer, which is meant to do a lot of kilometers and take you from wherever you want to go to wherever you need to be in comfort, right? So that's what Versys is all about. So by saying this, am I saying Interceptor is bad? Certainly not. At the price point, the package, what comes in as an Interceptor, is a tremendous package, right? But typically, see, Interceptor is a roadster, right? It is not a tourer where you can tour thousands of kilometers on the bike and keep going. It's not meant to do that. It's not designed to do that, but it has the capability to do that. It again depends on the rider fitness levels, right? As a rider, if I am super fit, I can do all India in Interceptor. But are we? No. Machines are more capable, far more capable than what we are as humans. That machine is typically would be able to do your day-to-day rides, and if you are looking at a ride of say 100, 200 kilometers or 300 kilometers in a day, yes, you can manage. Anyone can manage easily. But to convert that Interceptor into a outright tourer, it would demand or need a lot of modifications, right? A lot of modifications. People have done touring handlebars, people have done all sort of seats, people have done modifications to front suspensions, YSS, people have done modifications to rear suspensions. They've done everything, right? So you're trying to make it what it is not, right? So that's where my bike is still in the stock condition, Interceptor. So my plan is not to make it a tourer, certainly not. I would rather keep it stock as a roadster, or rather eventually modify it into a scrambler, right? So that's the thought. But yeah, that's my 2 cents from being an owner of both these bikes. So they are not comparable at all, whatever means. So yeah, that's little bit about the bike. All right, so it is very misty, or is my glasses fogging up? So it's very misty, very foggy, and hey, that's a Busa. A lot of bikes. It's 6:30 a.m. in the morning, and a beautiful sunrise, which we all get to witness here. As you can see, right in front, it's just going to be sunrise. It's little late actually. So usually people say that sunrise is 5:30 and all that, but maybe due to the weathers we haven't been able to see that. But it's an amazing view, my friends. It's an amazing view, and I really hope weather stays good today. Weather stays a bit sunny today, because it's been more than a week. It's been dull, gloomy and all that. So really look forward to a better weather today. Last weekend when I was out on a ride on the same road, so weather wasn't as good as today, because it was bad. It was raining. What a view! What a view! What a view! You wouldn't get this sitting at home. Certainly not. Watch it. Beautiful, isn't it? So we are at Murugan Idli. So one of the most popular breakfast joints at Krishnagiri. So the weather all throughout has been very foggy and very misty all through. So with very limited visibility. So from that point of view, yeah, it was foggy, but it was really an amazing ride. So thoroughly enjoyed today's ride, and bike did well, the lights did well to keep the roads illuminated. So yeah, let's get a quick bite and let's get going from there. Hey friends, stay tuned. So we'll talk more as we head back further from this ride. Thank you. So I'm
at Murugan Idli, and this is the famous idli and vada what they serve with sambar and 4 different types of chutneys. Yeah, it's amazing. So if you happen to come towards this side, definitely make sure you get a bite. So this place usually runs busy all the way from morning 6:30 till the time they serve breakfast, and then they move into lunch and all those things. So they get it in a plate like this, and then they serve it on the table. So you can see the steaming idlis there. Steaming hot idlis. So there's another group over there of bikers whom I met near the toll gate. They're all the 390 ADV bikers. So they seem to be here, and one of them walked up and said, "Hey, we watch your videos." So I said, "Yeah, really nice meeting you." I think his name was Vijay. Vijay, if you are listening, hi to you and your group. Ride safe, and do take care, because it's been quite foggy and misty. And I think they're heading further from here, is what I understood from him. So here is the pudi idli. So apparently the idli is completely dipped in the pudi, which is a spicy powder, and then they serve it with again 4 different chutney and the sambar. So this is something which is a speciality of Murugan Idli, and if you are here, definitely try this out. It's really yummy. Slightly on the spicier side with a lot of flavors. So definitely give it a try. The customary coffee to call it done with the breakfast. So a real nice flavorful filter coffee. Must have again.
Fascinated with this particular hill, what we see here right in front. It's a small hillock kind of a thing, totally covered in mist and looking really fascinating, right? So yeah, so I just thought of pulling over and taking a quick look at it. So yeah, let's get ahead, let's get going, let's get home and take care of rest of the stuff for the weekend. Okay, all right, there we go. We turn off the hazards. Indicator. So looks like there was a drizzle a while ago, because it was not, the roads were not wet when I got in to Murugan Idli, but now seem to be, there was some rain. Nevertheless, it's not raining right now, so that's a good news. Okay. This bike is so effortless. So effortless. 90, 100, 120, 140. Damn effortless. That's pretty much is the reason why we could ride it for so many kilometers at a go. Well, my friends, today I did cheat quite a bit at my breakfast. But trust me, in a week, it's not more than one meal where I cheat, and I cheat sensibly as well. So, yeah, I had good round of breakfast and filter coffee as well. Somehow the Sunday feels incomplete without a ride and some amazing breakfast. I just cannot get over the week without this. So nevertheless, I got what it takes. So now enjoying the ride back home on this beautiful Versys. This bike is such a beauty, my friends, such a beauty. You don't need anything else if you have a Versys. At least for your long rides and your touring, and if you have a requirement to do cross country or whatever, you don't need anything else. It's usable in city as well, but one needs to get used to the weight. As you know, this weighs about 220 kilos dry, and when you fill it with 20 liters of fuel, then it really gets heavy, rather top heavy. So pretty much it's about you getting used to the weight and being aware. Otherwise you would find it difficult to manage. So generally, as a guidance or recommendation is to have a lighter bike for city, right? So that's what I follow, because why would you want to ride a 650cc parallel twin top heavy bike in the city and struggle in the traffic? Doesn't make sense at all. So instead, get a bike which is more lower, you're comfortable on the road. Yeah, Interceptor definitely meets the bill, but I have one more bike which is coming in shortly. That's going to meet the city ride and occasional venture into the trails. So I'm sure you might be able to guess to an extent what it's going to be. So please take a guess and let me know in the comment section. Really looking forward to hear from you guys what that bike is going to be. Yeah, look at it, my friends. Look at the beauty of the hills there. All the hills right from there, all covered in mist and fog. Looks so beautiful, looks so mesmerizing and amazing, right? So yeah, we are going to ride into that, and I'm sure it's going to be foggy over there, just like the way it was when we came in that way. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Let's get there. Whoa! This is an amazing place to get a picture actually, but unfortunately I don't have anyone who can click a picture or whatever, but let me enjoy the ride at least. So this is the beauty of a two-wheeler, right? You just pass by, unlike the four-wheeler where you have to slow down. All the slow moving vehicles, slow moving buses, trucks slowing down the rest of the traffic, right? So this is a forest area, I suppose. Called Mellow Malai Forest. So we have hit the fog, what we are talking about. So we have this wonderful sunlight what has come in apparently. So it's very pleasant, nice sunlight, morning sunlight, sunrise, and that mild light heat what you get from the sunlight is really amazing. So it must not be more than say 20 or 21 degrees Celsius at this point in time, but really pleasant and nice weather. But only thing what I would wish is, I wish the traffic on this road was much lesser than what it is. So it gets quite not so enjoyable with too much of traffic on the road. So I'm sure all of you would agree with me on that topic as a biker. Truly amazing, my friends, truly amazing. Loving every bit of riding today. I think that was the V-Strom, Suzuki 650 V-Strom, what just passed by. Alright, so friends, we are approaching the toll gate, and that means the ride for the day is going to come to an end. So yeah, it's been an amazing morning, amazing ride, amazing breakfast, and best thing is talking to you all on this motovlog. So yeah, very soon I'm going to approach the toll gate and get back home. So yeah, that's pretty much for today, my dear friends. So to conclude this vlog, I want to tell you guys, please take care of yourselves, stay safe, and do keep riding, and use all your safety gears when you go out on ride, and yeah, just to be careful. So that's about it. Take care of you all, my friends, and have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Thanks for watching.